We are here today to celebrate an extraordinary achievement made possible by the ADC family. To describe what was achieved in few words would not give it justice, but I will attempt to give you a short summary. In just 6.5 months, ADC have successfully added 16 rigs to its fleet. Yes, 16 rigs. That is more than 60% increase in capacity. These rigs had to be designed, built, shipped to the kingdom, transported to remote locations, cleared through customs. Thousands of spare parts were ordered, equipment dispatched, and I pass on all the other details, but I guess you can imagine the complexity of this colossal project.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to all of you. Let me recall the event which was December 2017. So once we decided that we will have 17 rigs, believe me, I still remember that word. Some of my colleagues, they were telling me, Shams hada majnoon. Trust me, yes. They were not believing, and they told me, Shams, you are crazy. It's not going to happen. Alhamdulillah, with the grace of God, today we achieved it. The whole credit goes to you guys. You made all those people who they were calling me Majnoon, you made all those people, they were not right. So, thank you all for all the contribution. I won't go in detail. I have seen my own, the people, they were not able to sleep. The people, they were not able to give the time to their family. The people, they were suffering, but they were along with us. And today, alhamdulillah, we are celebrating this day. Thank you to all.
يعني Hussein said it. يعني it's very difficult to find words to describe how proud we are all of what you have accomplished. It's nothing strange for ADC, nothing. The potential was always there. In the past, we started 6-7 rigs in 1 year. We started 5 rigs in 2015. Yani there were many big projects that ADC carried out in the past, and they were all very successful, thanks to all of you. But I think we started to get used to accomplishments, which is good. But what happened in 2018 is not normal. I, for one, was not sure. I had a lot of doubts. And it's not doubting the potential of the people. I'm doubting the size of the task and the duration that this task has to be accomplished within. Actually, you're saying 17 rigs that we were talking about starting. Actually, we were talking about 20. Back in November, December last year, we were talking about 20 rigs. The reason we're missing these 4, because one of them was rig number 12 for the gas LSTK. We only started 11, not 12, so that's 1 rig. And we missed 3 rigs to the Chinese. So in November, we were talking about 20 rigs. It's impossible. Physically, it cannot be done. People who know me, they know that I'm very greedy. I don't like to let anything go. I want to capture everything. It's my nature. But every now and then I had to bench myself and say, look, you need to be realistic. To win it all is good, but if you don't have the capabilities, then you run the risk of failure. And nobody wants to be associated with failure. So I remember we had discussions back in December and November last year, and I was asking people, because personally I wasn't sure, or personally I was sure we cannot do it. What really gave me the confidence is you. So inside me I was thinking, if the people who will be doing the work are pushing me to say yes, how can I say no? I cannot say no. In the normal business environment, there is always pressure from the top to the executors to do more. In ADC case, it's the opposite. You guys, you pushed us to say yes. You forced us to take the challenge, not the other way around. You gave us the aspiration, you gave us the confidence to say yes. We never doubted the willingness of our people. Never, never for a split second that we doubted the willingness and the genuine desire of our people to excel and deliver. That is out of the question. But the task was not simple. The task was huge. Nobody started 16 rigs in 6.5 months. And we're talking about companies that operate hundreds of rigs. So they do have plenty of excess potential. They didn't do that. ADC, a year ago, we were only 27 rigs. To go from 27 to 43 in 6.5 months, that's not easy, not at all. More than 100 people will be recognized today. But inside my heart, I know that there are thousands outside who all played a key role in this accomplishment. Everyone played a role. And this task is like a long chain connected together. And for this chain to be strong and to be able to pull, you need every ring of that chain to be intact, to be 100% intact. So every single individual in ADC is actually a ring in that long chain. And if any individual failed, that means one of the rings failed and the chain would have been broken. But we know the chain didn't break, which tells you that every single ring of that chain is as strong as the chain next to it. So we really thank you. We cannot thank you enough. And we appreciate what you've done. We're really proud of what you have achieved. We're proud of ADC. And we are looking forward to the next challenge. And there are more coming. Most of the people will be sitting in the front seat today. They were questioning whether we can do it. Shamsi had several meetings with some of the operation managers in Aramco. He said, we trust ADC, but are you sure you can do this? Now, after we finished, they're all looking at ADC saying that this company can do even more. And we know we can do more. And inshallah, we will do more. Thank you again, and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let me start by saying that we are honored today to have the executives of Saudi Aramco, Mr. Abdul Hamid al-Rashid and Mr. Misfar al-Zahrani, and with us our key clients to celebrate our historic achievement of safely starting 16 rigs in a record period of 6.5 months. In a single year, our land rig fleet increased by more than 75%, making us today the largest onshore drilling operations in Saudi Arabia. This is a tremendous feat and was accomplished by the great leadership at all levels in ADC, and the spirit, dedication, and hard work of our men and women. Let me give you a flavor of the dimensions that our team had to deal, starting with the sourcing and logistics. Out of the 16 rigs, 7 new built in China, 4 new built in UAE, and 3 purchased locally, and 2 were revived. Just picture hundreds of people in different parts of the world working in sync like a Swiss clock. Some building the rigs, others following on shipping, others with customs, all in tune and focus to deliver the rigs on time and as per the design and specifications. 1,808 new employees were hired and onboarded in just 10 months. A 45% increase in headcount, all while maintaining Saudization at 73%. The last dimension is commissioning and execution. Just imagine getting these rigs up and running one after the other and aiming for flawless execution. This indeed is an unprecedented accomplishment in the drilling contractors world, and full credit goes to the ADC family. The job was executed brilliantly, and we are proud that you are a leader in your domain. We want to be the leading drilling company in the region by 2021. Thank you, and let's make 2019 another great year. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa masakum Allah bil khair jami'an. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The people who made this impressive milestone, a very remarkable milestone. I personally have not witnessed throughout my career, and I'm sure same with my colleagues here in this room or this hall, a ramp up of 16 rigs in one single year or less than 1 year by one single drilling contractor. A job very well done that really deserves all kind of recognition. So thank you for ADC. Such event that is done in 6 months, such massive number of intake new employees is remarkable. The most important thing is not the ramp up in activities. The most important thing, it was done seamlessly, safely, efficiently. So well done again for the entire ADC team. Thank you very much. I'm very impressed truly with what we did and what you guys did. Our relation with Taqa and ADC is not new. It goes back to the early or mid-60s. And when we look at Taqa and ADC, we don't look at you only as a strategic partner, but we look at you as a national energy and drilling champion that has and will serve the kingdom. And we sure hope to see you growing. I thank you very much for this impressive milestone, remarkable milestone, men and women in this room, and more importantly to those currently operating our rigs back in the field, under the sun, under the snow, when we are at northwest, under cold weather, and under humidity, both onshore and offshore. Wish you again a very successful 2019, and thanks again for inviting me here today. Thank you.
Our Master of Ceremony today, Muhammad, we're really proud of people like Muhammad. Every time we see young guys coming, they cannot believe how much energy they actually throw on us. We drain energy from these young guys, and we're really proud to be sponsoring the biggest number of Saudis, whether it's SPSP or in Sada, or even internally within ADC. So thank you, Muhammad, for an excellent job. Very well done. Having lived through it and knowing what everybody has gone through, all the pain and the hard work that every one of you and the thousands that we have in the field have put to make this expansion a reality. And finally, it's a relief. I mean, we really had a big relief in December when we started the last rig. Like Mr. Rashid mentioned and like our chairman mentioned, safety is the real backbone of our business. You can do whatever you want to do. You can have the biggest success, you can have the biggest expansion, but all it takes is just one single incident, and then it destroys all the excitement and all the pleasure. So alhamdulillah, we had a very successful startup, and now, since we started the last rig, we entered the last phase of this massive expansion, which we call the stabilization. So alhamdulillah, we already see some stabilization. I mean, we've heard good comment from Ziad and from Miles that they see some improvement, which we are working very hard to make sure that we stabilize all these 16 rigs so that their performance is in line with our expectation and with our customers' expectation. So we are entering the new phase. I can only say one thing. I'm so proud of you guys. So proud of what we have accomplished. So proud of my second family. Muhammad mentioned in his speech that the man on top of the mountain didn't just fall there. So I ask myself, why people do climb mountains despite the pain and the suffering? And they always look for the biggest mountain. There are some smaller mountains, but no, they want to go for the biggest. So to me, I think it's the sense of the accomplishments when they get to the top. Then I reflect this on our people in ADC. And the answer is exactly the same. Because we love challenge, and we believe we had a winning team who is always ready for the challenge and became addicted to some extent to a great accomplishments. Somebody, when I was preparing for Dhuhr prayer, he said, "What's next?" It's one of the guys. I mean, he's sitting with us here. So as we are celebrating today, I can also hear you saying, bring it on. Bring the next challenge. Let's climb a higher mountain. And we will, inshallah. While we're preparing for the next challenge and identify the next mountain to climb, I invite you all to enjoy lunch. Thank you very much for being with us today.